Sound good?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
You ever been on a podcast before?
Not like this.
Not like this? Well, how you
But
been on?
I need to get used to it because,
More adult.
yeah,
What you was on one of them male versus female things?
kind of. Where we had a cell phone on the ring camera, on the ring thing, and just talk.
You gotta start. It's easy to start.
It's all right. I gotta get used to it because my podcast eventually has to come up. So might as well get used to it.
What you want to talk about on your pod? If you want to reveal it now.
Anything. I talk about anything. Mostly healing, relationship. Like I'm telling you, relationship stuff. Anything. You know, people talk about advice, come to me for advice. I do it for free. Might as well, whatever.
That kind of like a life coach type thing?
Kind of. Yeah, I couldn't get the word out.
You gotta get if you all male motivation, not necessarily positive motivation, but general basis male motivation, it just be like some intense music or something like that, and it just be like, oh, you're failing. And look at you just sitting here failing. You could be outside running.
I wouldn't do them like that. I'd be a little bit more smooth with them, like, hey.
Like every male motivating is somebody running like 20 some miles or look like they run that triathlon, like not the average human body. Like it's not somebody just like,
this ain't average.
You could have this, but look at you right now.
Sitting on the couch, don't have to lose nothing. Man, no.
And then they just be out. Now we got outside niggas do stupid shit. Like, damn.
Get your shit together. Basically.
But kind of on your topic, it be the female fault though. No, I'm joking.
Sometimes. It's half and half.
It's definitely half and half.
Half and half.
And as we was, I guess we can start with this, but as I was thinking about, as I was like kind of thinking about it, like the approach the conversation and not kind of have a black and white simple type of opinion and voice about it, I was thinking it's definitely both parties. And I feel like, at least I can speak for like our generation or whatnot, the younger males going through and learning how we just go through life and learn, and then maybe not the proper role models or male figures, we damage a lot of the females at that age. And then like most natural progression of males, it is some few of them that does it, but you get to like 25, between 25 and 30, you kind of get like a mental shift, and a lot of times you'd have probably already been through something as a male, or you might understand that you might not need what you thought you needed at a point of time, and then you get a sense of like self-worth about yourself, and then you approach a relationship and you look at somebody, but then you had already damaged, or one of your peers has already damaged the female that will probably be in your peer group or whatnot, and then on the same side is they might not necessarily have the same type of healing or growth or understanding with that, and a lot of time we get to like the blaming game, or you ain't this, or you ain't this, and you ain't this, and then it could be always looked at, okay, what you could have did better, and then also, yeah, they did do this, but when are you going to kind of get yourself together? And then it just become a very like toxic circle, because I feel like at least in my group, but I feel like, you know, like you are who you're around to a certain extent and whatnot. And a lot of like males and whatnot in my group, we don't really experience that. Like the ones that have their problem with their child mother, it's not really nothing too crazy. It's probably been something that their beef been whatever it is. It ain't no real problem or whatnot. And they go through the life, but then you see like a couple of female friends I have, and I'm like, how did you even find this guy? Yeah. And then you find multiple of these same guys.
Because she didn't heal.
Yeah.
And I have to say, because I'm one of them, what we do is we don't take time to heal. like jump out of one relationship, get to another relationship, and then you have to sit down and think, why am I still running into the same person just in a different body? It's because you didn't heal, or it's some type of trauma that you have back in your childhood that affects you. And I just learned this personally, that at first I was attracted to unavailable, emotionally unavailable men.
Yeah.
I had to sit back and point it out. Thank God. Thank you for my therapist. I had to sit
Shout
back.
out to therapy.
Sit back and look at it. I looked at who I was dealing with, and also the relationship I am in now. But we are working on it. After I had said we spoke on it, it was a very uncomfortable conversation, but
Those are ones that
better.
build that foundation.
Yes, and it's not easy, and it's hard because you have to start with self before you start with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And I also noticed the reason why I was attracted to those type of men is because I didn't have that emotional type of love growing up. So basically, it was comfortable because that's how I was raised, kind of, sort of.
Right.
So
Is that like, for lack of better words, like mommy and daddy issues stem from like that? Mm-hmm. I can see that as like a male with so my grandmother would have been the mother figure, and like most males in my generation, and then my dad was there, but he had his own problems going on. He kind of got hurt roughly around when I was born, so my grandma was ended up taking care of basically a newborn and that, and kind of with my relationship with my mother, which now that I'm older and I'm able to kind of look at things for my own kind of, I see that it was a lot of miscommunication between that all parties involved. So it was like a mother issue kind of developed because it wasn't really much. My grandma raised me well, but it's nothing that a boomer can tell a millennial. It's just not the same type of that we are the why, we are the trying to figure out things, or why, like not necessarily going against, but trying to like question things. Like, okay, you telling me this is bad, but then yet you're still doing it. So is it bad? Is it not bad? What am I supposed to do? But like the core basis of that is strictly like from her generation. But then when I kind of see things of, if I would have had more relationship with my mother, I would have approached things a little differently, obviously. But now that I got a daughter, and it's not really necessarily what I did is what can I create for her? Because it's kind of like, I don't, you know, they say you date your mother, and the females like you kind of date your father. Then I'm like, okay, well, clearly I don't want her walking around.
Yeah, yeah.
But it takes like it takes some self-awareness. It takes some growth. I would definitely say roughly about that time, she obviously was born. I don't know if it's like initially out the gate, but you get to a point where kind of I feel like two different parallels kind of hit each other, and it's kind of like, I got to get my shit together. I also got a kid. And then when you start digging into them things, it just start opening up so much more. And it's like, I've been looking at this whole thing wrong.
Yep.
And I feel like it's kind of sucked, because now that when you talk to your parents, you talk to other people that didn't have necessarily these resources, like you just said, therapy. It was a point of time that, especially in our community, therapy was, what you gonna do? Tell them problems. They ain't gonna fix nothing.
Like, tell me about who I am.
Right. They don't understand, so on and so forth. So now that it's actually, I feel like it's very welcome. Now you get to look at things from different perspective. Like, I get why you couldn't do that because I'm an adult now, but then do you understand why I feel this way because I'm your child still? Yeah. And then I feel like we're giving our kids that ability to not necessarily have to deal with that, because you could take all the stress and trauma out your kid life, but then it's certain things that they're going to miss in development. But like how you cater that, like, okay, I know that if I'm at least giving you this and helping you with this and spending that time with you, you'll have a different opinion, or you'll have at least a standard in your mind of what right is. But I feel like it was so much other stuff that kind of like impede with them, and then you kind of look at it like it's not their fault. They'll never believe it because they'll be like, I did the best I can. Like, I know you did. Like, I'm not blaming you for what you did, but do you see where you could have did better?
But that's the problem with our parents is they'll say that, but also they don't take accountability on some stuff that they could have, did. And not an attack to my mom. Make sure, because I know she's going to see this in the future.
We love you, Mom.
Exactly. It's no attack. But
Love you, Mom.
but I have to say, honestly, our generation, if you think about it, all of us really grew up in our grandparents' homes. Honestly.
Vast majority, definitely.
Majority. It's like a slim amount of people that actually grew up with their mom or their dad or in the same household.
Yeah.
And but majority of us really grew up with our grandparents. And I will have to say, it's a lot of toxic stuff that happened.
Definitely.
And I ain't trying to be rude or nasty or nothing, but our generation is fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bad. I think our trauma is horrible.
Yeah. It's an accumulation of, me and my grandma kind of sat down and did the little ancestry thing. Mm-hmm. And we went, I want to say it would have been her great grandmother. Mm-hmm. So, which that would have been like late 1800s type time frame, because her grandma was, it was around the time frame. Mm-hmm. But then you look at it and it's like, I don't want to say understand, but I do get, I see why you raise your kid in a certain way in a certain time. Like, especially with us, it won't like, obviously 5 generations ago, it was a completely different world out here. Mm-hmm. And especially growing up in the South and whatnot. So you might gotta discipline your kid a different way, or you might gotta have that type of fear, but it was never a point. I feel like our parents' generation kind of like wanted to rebel against that, but didn't have the resources or just the oomph that our generation had to just, because we kind of distant from our grandparents. You're not our parents. We understand that we in this situation for whatever it may be, and we appreciate it, but we can speak a little differently because we wasn't like, I guess, their kid.
We're more outspoken.
Definitely outspoken, and that sometimes I feel like the younger we was being outspoken, the more we kind of look at like, oh, you being disrespectful. Oh, you doing this, and oh, you doing that. And I look at it like, I'll protect whatever my kids say. Like, if we in this, like, granted, you ain't about to be out here disrespecting something, but just because the person misunderstood what you said, or just because the person feels some type of way about that, like, you didn't say nothing wrong. You was a 6-year-old child.
It's just how what my grandma used to tell me, it's not what you said, it's how you said it.
And it's definitely, and that's how you, instead of like beating the dirt out the kid because they spoke, like, okay, no, this is how you approach that. Like, even when it comes to like the older people that's in like generation of my daughter, I'm like, well, you tell them this is Mr. and Mrs. or Mr. this or Miss this or Mr. this, but I don't, whatever you call your aunts and whatever you call your so on and so forth, I'm not necessarily pressed, but like if you with a stranger or you with somebody unknown, it's Miss or Mrs. or Sir or so on and so forth. I might not necessarily care like how you talk around the house, but you got to understand when you get in certain environments,
you got to be respectful.
You got to be respectful. And I feel like they didn't have necessarily the resources to relay those type of messages, and it had so much negative. But like our generation, just the time frame when it comes to like the internet or the resources and how quickly I remember like middle school, it might have been elementary school, nigga had dial-up internet. Like trying to get on Cartoon Network games.
Yeah, that's elementary school.
Yeah, like trying to get on Cartoon Network. So we just seen the growth and the evolution of how things can pull and change stuff drastically. That's not even probably 20 years ago. Let me cap. It might have been longer than that.
It might have been longer.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do the math though.
It might be a little longer. But you could definitely tell there's a difference in the technology and also how the kids are nowadays. Because back then, I didn't have a cell phone until I was able to buy it myself. My kid has a cell phone. And another thing is, back then, we was forced to go outside.
Yeah.
These damn kids nowadays, including my own, they don't want to go outside. They want to be on tablets, phones, in front of the TV, YouTube.
How old is your youngest?
My youngest is 5.
Okay, so that's roughly around the age.
25.
Yeah.
My oldest is I'm 31, so she's 11. That's sad. Yeah, she's 11, and they both are. They have their ways, but they are good kids, and they are very respectful. They have their days.
Yeah.
Because
they're humans.
Look at their mama. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm the perfect person, because I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, if you would have seen me a couple of years ago, you would not understand what's sitting in front of me.
And that's normally how it is. Like when people's like, "Oh, you doing this? It's amazing." I'm like, "Thank God."
You know what I'm saying? Because I used to be
a menace.
Yes, you know what's the word these days? A crash out. A crash out to the point where you say anything to me, I'm flying off the wall. I'm going off.
Do you see that in your kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
So I kind of younger when my daughter was younger. I seen a lot of. I was a very like emotional reactor. Like I might have like most males had a logic in the situations, but once I get to that point, no matter how long or short that fuse was, the first thing that comes to my mind 9 times out of 10 is gonna be like, that's a good fucking idea. Now, with that being said, it ain't no telling what would have came to my mind. It was just straight emotions and so on and so forth. And then I kind of seen that at my daughter when I was young. So like instantly, I'm like, oh,
check that quick.
Let me check that. Let me teach her how to, at least how I learned how to navigate it, which is not perfect, but
you can help her.
You can help her, and then I do see it how like catching it then kind of relays now, and kind of like make it like not just say making her like, okay, well, what's on your mind? Like speak. Like it ain't no point of crying or fighting. What it is like now is that worth you crying,
going off
and going off, and then it's kind of like I had to check. There's a whole lot of things that she got.
Now I have a question.
Yeah.
Now say you had a son, and he shows his emotions. Would you allow him to show his emotions, or would you sit here and tell him that he's not supposed to cry?
So I have thought about this many times. And growing up being a black male, they always teach you start with 2 strikes, with being black and then being a male. So a lot of times showing emotions in certain places can be perceived and be held against you as a weakness. However, I also believe is a time and place for everything. If you out in the world, and same thing with my daughter and even like my kids that I coach and so on and so forth, if you out game day or you out in the world, you got to like hold that shit in. When you get home, you get in your car when you get older, once you get away from the situation, then you can decompress, then you can cry, then you can show your emotions. But sometimes while you in like battle or while you in like real life, that emotional thought or that emotional reaction or that emotion like that at that particular moment can be more drastic than you just keeping yourself composed. And then you go handle that home. Don't hold it in. Just don't do it there. Get away from the situation. And I feel like, because we was taught that the emotions were
bad for y'all.
Bad, but that's because they didn't know how to deal with their emotions either. And then also you can kind of relate it to the time frame, how being a black male is weak and so on and so forth. That
and all that.
But now we know that's stronger than anything. Because if you don't deal with the emotions, then like you said, you'll get a crash out, or you'll get somebody that don't know how to deal. Somebody's in jail. That's out all that. So to answer your question, yes, you can have emotions, but I feel like saying that it's a time and a place is kind of bad, but it is a time and a place.
It's a little different with men, and now that I have a son, I always wanted a son, and basically his dad, he's brought up differently, and it frustrates the hell out of me, because it's like he said one time and it pissed me off, you're a boy, you're not supposed to cry. And it's like, don't tell my son that shit.
Yeah.
Don't tell my son that shit, because I'm tired of hearing, oh, you a boy. And it's not only him. You're a boy, you're not supposed to cry, or that boy's too emotional, or blah, blah, blah. See, the thing is, with this generation, men, not all, like I was telling you last night, not all men, it's like, how can you guys love and be with a woman when y'all grow up if y'all cannot be in tune with y'all emotions?
Because, it's not justifying, but kind of just like giving probably a different perspective. We don't know that we don't know. And I will say it was things in my life that after the fact or after I experienced or after I might have lost it, I might have had to recalibrate and be like, oh, like I'm pretty sure maybe 5. Well, my daughter about to be 7, so I'm pretty sure when she was first born, if she was a boy, I probably would have the similar. Because at the period of time, I was thinking,
you're not supposed to cry.
you're not supposed to.
Can't do that,
and that's how bad and that's toxic it could be overall. Because even like my daughter, I kind of allow her to be emotional, but I also tell her kind of like the same mindset, like, oh, you gotta kind of.
I do that too with my. I can't sit here and lie. I do that with my kids. Like, hey, you can cry, but after a while, shut that shit.
Let it go.
Shut
like,
that. Hey, you to cry for about 10, 15 minutes. Shut that shit up. I don't feel like hearing that, you know. So I can admit to that.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Get it out. Definitely, you got to be able to get it out.
Get it out, but shut the hell up after 10, 15 minutes.
Do you see a different how your kids interact with other kids compared to like when you was a kid? Because, like, for example, I see how, like, especially with, like, the iPads and how they easily can communicate with each other. Even when they arguing, it's, oh, I don't want to talk to you right now. They're like 10 minutes go by and they be like, and then the 10 minutes go by, they be like, well, you hurt my feelings, but so on and so forth, yada, yada. But I haven't seen, I guess because my daughter's, like, real caring because she's, like, the only kid and she feels like she goddamn everybody's guardian and everybody, the mom. And I'm like, girl, sit your ass. But when every time like she'll get to argue with her cousin or something like that, and they'll hang up the iPad and they so nonchalant together. So he'll be like, Ava, I don't want to talk to you. And then she'll be like, well, you hurt my feelings.
Yeah, that's my kid.
And then he'll be like, well, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but I don't want to talk to that. And then she'll be like,
okay, I don't care.
Okay, I don't care. It's fine. Yeah. Me and my sister have been throwing blows.
Listen, and that's a rule in my house right now. Definitely when my son get a little older, and I know him and me, Sean, gonna go at it. I know it. But it's no fighting in my house. And my girls almost did one time, and I snapped on them. Because it's like I told y'all multiple times, keep your hands to yourselves. Siblings gonna have they argue every morning. Yeah. From sun up to sundown, they're gonna argue. I let them argue. I don't get in the middle of it no more. But when it come down to putting y'all hands on each other, that's when I'm gonna step in. Because me and my brother, when I say we threw blows,
yeah, Is it your uncle brother?
No, he's the oldest.
Oh yeah, so
that's how I learned how to fight.
My oldest sister's the one that we used to fight all the time.
Man, what he used to? I mean. It was to the point where me and him used to thump. He put my head through the wall. And it was so many times we done threw each other down the steps. We done, fucked each other up. Yeah. It was the last fight we officially had. I will never forget it. I don't think nobody will ever forget it. It was Christmas Day, and I don't know what. I can't remember what trend. All I can remember is we was arguing, and I was in my room, and I was doing something. My back was turned. And we was going at it, and all I remember, I felt him punch me in the back of my head, and it was one of them punches where you gotta sit back and be like, "Motherfucker, did you hit me?" And I remember after that, I swung and we was thumping. We went from my room, road to the living room, road to his room, came back out. He pushed me to the point where I almost fell down the steps, grabbed myself. Then next thing I know, my grandma just standing there. God bless her.
She won't get into that.
She looked at us, watched the whole entire fight. Shelby did something, and I went to flip his ass over. He fell down the steps. My grandma went downstairs. We fighting literally on the steps because we caught it. We had like a rail. I don't know if it was me or Shelby. We was holding on the rail, fighting. Granny politely went on past us on the steps, opened the front door.
Get out.
As soon as we saw that, flew right on down. She went next door and got our god sister Jonelle, oldest sister. She broke us up. And Granny said,
I ain't doing that.
Let this be the last fucking fight. Yep. And I promise you that was the last fight we ever had.
How old were y'all?
Shit. I left Granny when I was 13, so I say about, because it was a year before that, about 12.
Me and my oldest sister, I remember this. So like context, my dad got hurt, so like he's paralyzed or whatnot, right? Mm-hmm. So I got to get that in context. So this was I might have been 18. She might have been 19, or
See, I was a little
or
older.
she 18 and I'm 17. But we only like 18 months apart, if that. So we very close in age, and then we grew up together for the most part. So we didn't have our whatever. But I don't know what was like brewing over the time. Like we've been beefing, but like,
that's just sibling
this
beef.
is just sibling
Yeah.
beef. But this particular this particular time, it was just kind of like we were sitting in our dad room or whatnot, and you know, it just tension regardless. I don't know why we beefing, but it just tension. You could feel it. And I remember she turned the TV, or she put something on the TV, and it wasn't nothing wild. It just anything you do gonna piss me off. Just like anything I do gonna piss you off.
You piss
It's
me
just
off.
like no matter what you do, you can just ugh. And I remember she turned to whatever it was, and I just got real irritated. And I don't know. I think she was just like, "You got a problem?" I don't know what she said. It was something simple, but I remember when she said that, it just triggered everything.
Yeah.
And then we just fighting, and then so she was laying on our dad's bed, so he was on the other side of the bed, and realistically, he couldn't like really get to us. So we on the other side, and I just remember she being on the floor, and I was trying to get on top of her, and she was kind of kicking me, so I'm over here trying to like, and you could just but like she kind of keeping me away with her feet or whatnot, and then so on and so
the
forth.
ultimate kicks.
My dad had a taser like baton, and one thing about it, being a bad kid, I got terrorized from tasers. Yeah, so I don't mess. The crack of a taser kind of get me like, all right, I ain't even like dealing with it. But I remember literally just like, bro, if I can just catch her motherfucking legs, I'm about to stomp this shit out of her. And I just remember saying that in my head, and all I heard was that taser crack,
just
bro.
stop.
Instantly stopped, and it is just like. All right, and I just left. Like I just went outside, whatever I did. I don't remember what she did. She probably got in her car and left, but like it was just whatever over the years it just built up,
brewed up.
And at that point, we kind of
finally
like we had a little tension, but it was just petty at that point. We never fight again after that. Now we cool. We got we have our differences, but I guess we know how to deal with each other a lot
y'all
more.
Closer now, though.
Yeah, and then we got kids and stuff now, so it's kind of like a lot of our stuff can impact them. But that one time. And I just was thinking, and when you kind of like think back, I'm like, I really didn't have to stop. Like if I wasn't so terrorized in that days, I would have been up forever in the sibling beef. Because when you're like the younger boy to a girl, it's a portion of your life you ain't gonna win shit. Like you just fighting for your life.
you just fighting for the hell of it. Like you think you gonna whoop my ass, but I'm about to show you what's up.
And then you finally get your win, nigga. We up.
You up. Like, we ain't got to fight no more. I got what I got. That's how it's going to be. I got exactly what I got.
So, like, we strayed so far off the original topic. We had started talking about males, and we got to the kids, and we got to everything therapeutic. What is your kind of the one of the clickier conversations that's like out there in the world is like the co-parenting conversation. And as a co-parentee, and me and my daughter's mom, we good. We ain't got no beef. We no problems. Laugh, joke. I ain't seen her longer than probably like 2 hours in like 3 years, so on and so forth. Like we good energy. So it ain't like for anybody in the world, you know, they got that little BS well past, and we good. And I feel like our co-parenting situation is a breeze compared to like a lot of people's situation may be. And I don't know if it's just because we just don't have no ties just with a kid, or even with like.
It's because y'all fully over each other. That's what it is.
And then even like that definitely, and then even when like we was going through our separation, because we was married, and so the whole going through the divorce and the trying to figure everything out, even that the kid never really
was a problem.
I think that we kind of like just stood on that, but like I don't feel like too many people put the kid first in that situation, and then that kind of build that negative narrative about co-parenting, because like you would want a perfect world, obviously, but it's not realistic. We jumped into relationships just to fill trauma voids. But I guess kind of get to my question though. But like, what is your opinion on the co-parenting situation if you have one?
Yeah, I got it. So I could just speak on the first two because the one I'm with now is my third. So we're good. But the first two, I would have to say, right now, this generation, 'cause I talk to my second child father all the time about this. We have a tight bond. Like you said, we have no problem. If I need advice, I call him. He need advice, he'll call me. Anything wrong with my car, straight to him, or I go to Jarrell. I got 2 people that work on my car. I don't go nowhere else. And it's like, I only trust them.
Yeah.
So I had before the relationship I'm with now, and I'm blessed to have him, because most people see, oh, you real cool with your child mom or your child dad, y'all fucking. No. And Dom, nothing against you.
Yeah,
No. When we broke up, we broke up. Mm-hmm. When we had that conversation, and I sat there and I said, is this what you want to do? Because if this is what you want to do, you cannot come back. When I'm done.
Yeah, just laying down, setting the boundaries.
That's it.
Yeah.
And my boundaries are strong. So if you feel like, I'm the type of person, if you feel like this is what you want and you don't want, I'm not going to stop you from doing what you want to do.
Stop you from being great.
Go ahead. But maybe you're not going to find me, but go right on ahead. I give you the flow. So once that happened, we both knew that was it. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to say our co-parent was that good in the beginning, because we fell off a little bad. So we was kind of beefing. Yeah. But Miss Shawn was never a problem. Never. And she's with him majority, basically full time. Mm-hmm. And I get her a couple of days out the week, which I'm not mad or anything. I'm actually blessed to have that.
Yeah, help you out.
Because my oldest, I'm going to get on that. So it's like, when I tell him every day, I'm blessed to have you. You know what I'm saying? And I told him, you should be blessed to have me too. Because some of these baby mamas out here right now, if you got a good baby mama, you better hold on to him. I don't bother him. I don't stress him. Look, you need switch weekends, let me know. You know, you want to go, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I will be glad to get her. It's plenty of times where if I need money or something like that, you fall short. That's before I got with who I'm with. Mm-hmm. Hit Dom up, no problem. You know what I'm saying? He gonna ask me what I need it for.
Of course,
but
it's his money, so
I'm gonna get a little extra behind it. But you know what I'm saying? It's when you gonna give back, shit like that. No problem with daycare. It's strict. Now, the other one. So you always gonna have a good and a bad, a yin and a yang. It's goddamn.
I'm a male advocate, so I gotta hear both sides first.
Listen. My first child father, I went through the ringer with him. And I can honestly say he was the only. I learned from my mistakes with that one. So if I ever wanted to have another child, I knew I had to test the waters first before I gave you another child. A child itself. No, he could never get another one from me. But you get what I'm saying? But people switch up. And it's a lot of people nowadays that sit here and be like, oh, you knew how they was before the baby. And you know what you was like. That's not always. Now, some, yes, but that's not always the case, because a baby can make you or break you.
It changes a lot.
A lot. And if you don't have the mental capacity, it's different from a female from a male, because a female, we ain't really got no damn. I mean, there's some deadbeat moms out here, and that could be another topic for another day. But most of us, like myself, I didn't have motherly love to know.
You didn't have an example.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I didn't know. So Kaya was literally a test drive. I don't went
which
through
most people first kid kind of is.
You know, definitely if you didn't come from a family with that nurturing and stuff,
a healthy
bond.
Example of what it is. Yeah.
So, and that's where the daddy issues also come with too, because
you still don't know what that look like either.
Still don't know what the fuck that look like.
And that's how we always end up lost as shit.
And then you be in that honeymoon phase and everything is so perfect, and then boom, bam. You know what I'm saying? I had a good working. We lived together, everything. As soon as the baby came out, it was a whole 180. I'm like, what the fuck is this? didn't want to take care of her, you know, just ugh.
Yeah.
And it was to the point where I didn't want child support. I didn't need it. Even if I was struggling, which I was at the time, I didn't need that. I needed you to get your goddamn child.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to do that. None of that. It took me till she turned 3 or 4 to even put him on child support. Still don't want it. You know what I'm saying? And I tell him every time I speak to him, get your shit together. You know, all I need you to do is get your child.
A lot of times it's like that though. Like the baby mother that get run over be having the worst baby daddies, and then the baby daddies that like locked in be having
the
like
worst baby
mamas.
mamas.
And it's just like
Man, what, you can't win for losing. That's why I said the other ones, they smooth breeze, no problem. No problem. It's that one. And it's like, and even I'm not gonna talk shit about them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, grew a long way.
That's 66%. That is a good 3% that in any sport you play. That's Hall of Fame stats. Like, I mean,
you know, and it's good, which some females need to do. Some females do and some don't. We need to also praise the men that actually do what they need to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's something we supposed to do. Hell yeah, we had the kids, but you want to hear you're a good dad or you're a good mom or, you know, it feels good to hear something like that. And I understand us moms, we get praised for everything. You see people go out their way for Mother's Day and stuff like that, and then it's Father's Day.
We get a fucking cup. Well, don't get me wrong, my cup be fine though.
Yeah, you know
but I was like, all right, we could get a little. I got like 5 cups. I got a nice array of coffee mugs.
You see what I'm saying? But it's like the stores too, and it pisses me off. And honestly, I can't. With Dom, I do what I could. At that time, I was struggling. Yeah. You know, mentally struggling, everything, financially struggling. So I couldn't do what I wanted to do. But I did something. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And next year's gonna be a little different, Dom. Heads up. Next year gonna be a little different.
Yeah, let's go.
But me and Dom, we do Christmas, all types of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And we don't look for shit. You know, so we just need to do better with showing our men more love and
we gotta clap that one up.
a little bit more love and compassion and stuff like that, as if like how the world does to us mothers now. I ain't saying for the deadbeat moms and deadbeat dads.
Yeah, this not for you deadbeat dads, for the hard-working fathers.
Yeah, the hard-working daddies. You know, it's a lot. When I say...
This her testimony too.
It's a lot. And I will also have to say too, definitely if you're in a relationship and y'all raising the child together, I know he gonna see this. This is not an attack to you also, boo. Make sure I say this.
It's for everybody else, though.
It's for everybody else. And just to speak on how I feel too, us mothers, y'all fathers, y'all don't have it as hard as we do. Yeah, y'all are involved.
It's a difference.
You see what I'm saying? Y'all can get up and go to work. Y'all can get up and be gone for days and work. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But we gotta cook, clean, kids, daycare, school. Make sure our schedule fits for the damn kids. You see what I'm saying? We gotta, then when y'all come home, we gotta make sure we and be the best wife or girlfriend we can be. Make sure y'all have a plate. Now, you see what I'm saying?
For the, it's not all males too, so we know y'all. We got to be a male advocate too. But generally speaking, I will agree to it.
Not all men, because some men will actually take a load off of the moms.
And like in my situation, I can agree. Due to like when my daughter was born, I was also in the military. Mm-hmm. So even when we were in a better situation in our marriage, I still wasn't there. It's not like I wasn't providing financially, but that time
you wasn't there.
That time definitely made up for. Definitely not necessarily put a gap, because my daughter. Okay, so she was born and I was deployed the first time like 2 weeks after. Mm-hmm. So I see my daughter her first 2 weeks, and then I didn't see her again until she was like 9 months old. Later on in her life, I deployed again. And then also doing like me and her mother going our separate ways and going through the process of what a divorce may consist of. We lived in different states, and then that was also more time. And it was a brief period where we was in the same state, and that was a breeze. We lived on the other side of town. Like she never, like I said, she never hindered anything. I could just go get my daughter, be like, all right, and then she just here. I'll take her to school or whatnot. But yeah, it definitely get a leeway because even now, like, I make sure like I do my best to make sure anything she don't tell me I can't control. But any of my daughter finances, I definitely make sure that whatever I would give her a month, I'm not on any papers or anything, but she still make sure she can take care of the kid, any of her wardrobe, I do that. But it's kind of like that's still currency. That's still like now that my daughter order is easier because I can just be like, oh well, Ava, I can hit her. I like she got. I looked at her calendar. I'm like, oh well, she got a whole nother week out of school coming up. I hit her mom. I'm like, well, can I get her then? She was like, yeah, I don't care. But like now I'm able to do things like that.
Y'all closer in the area.
But it took so long. Well, she a whole nother state now. But it took so long to kind of like be realistic. Like okay, I can see why her mama kind of stressing out a little more, and even if I can say that 1,000 times, like, well, just send her here, she can go to school here, or I'll take care of her, so on and so forth. It's still that motherly connection, and it's still a lot of stuff that you gotta. It's not that simple. Yeah, and I had to learn that a lot. That it's just like, okay, it might seem fine to me, but I might not. I don't have that necessarily same bond because one, I didn't carry this child. Two, the whole time I was going to just her and them, like, yeah, I'm paying the bills paid and all that.
And that's good.
And it is. But
that's good.
Once you get past like,
it's like damn. What about our mental? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, damn. That's a huge issue. And I had to finally open my mouth this year. That's why I said this relationship has really taught me a lot. And I ain't gonna say it's bad, but it's definitely a learning experience. It's actually a good relationship. It's just rewriting old things basically, in your brain. Exactly. Yeah. It's basically making me open my mouth up more because I'm so used to being masculine. Basically, for what I was told, I'm more of a rather than a female. You know what I'm saying? I'm more because I had to always be in that role.
You hear that a lot though. Too.
So it's like before I got with him, shit, I was a dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a dog. After I left Dom, I was a dog. Yeah. So I got in that mindset. So by me having to get back into another relationship, it's like, oh fuck, I gotta be a girl again. I gotta switch up a lot of stuff that I'm not comfortable switching up, you know what I'm saying? And it was one time he came in the house and at that time I didn't see it in that way, but I had to sit there with my therapist and she explained it to me a little bit more. Came in the house and he was looking around. He was like, well, what do you need in the house? And I was like, nothing. Nothing. Yeah. Because I'm so used to doing it on my own.
It's not even a thought. Yeah. Even if you did need something, it's not even.
Even if I can't get it, I'm going to get it. Right. So he was like, I would like to come in the house one day and you will want something. I could do something. And I'm just sitting here like, at that time, I'm like, nigga, for what? I didn't say it to him, but in my head, it was like, nigga, for what? Yeah. But I know my face will say it if I don't say it. Yeah. So I had to hurry up and switch my face because I was cooking. So I had to hurry up and switch my face. I don't want him to get mad at me for
especially unintentional.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I had to learn also. I'm kind of ruffled with how I speak, so I had to turn.
Most ladies are.
Yeah, I had to learn my tone and how I speak to him is kind of rough. So I had to also. It's getting kind of hard, but I'm getting a little soft. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. When that happened, I had brought it up to my therapist, and my therapist was like, you got to understand his love language might be act of service. I had to learn that shit. And I was like, as I think about it, I was like, oh, shit.
And even as like the mental or the societal of what a male is, it is a provider, is the helper, is the pay the bills, and like a lot of times money is manipulated. But when we are growing up, all the examples of what a male is
was your grandpa,
somebody that's working hard, or somebody that's paying the bills. And a lot of times the independent female at times that don't, independent female is very attractive.
But
when she know how to turn it off.
Intimidating to
some men, yeah, definitely.
some men.
And I feel like that's more of a insecurity and a growth process that some males have to do, or even if you can blame it on religion in some people, because the people heavy on the Bible when it comes to the male first, and a lot of stuff when it comes to like the family, you can look at it as the way they've been brought up, or even not having that male example that I'm better than a female because I don't have the security with myself. So it's many different ways that can be portrayed and where it can come from, but damn, I forgot my train of thought.
No, sorry.
But bad. Anywho, yeah, go ahead.
My bad, but my bad. But it can't be this. I can say not all men, but I would say about 90% of the men, they are intimidated by us.
I remember what it is. Well, because of that intimidation, when we see like you said, he was like, "What do you need?" Because a lot of times in our brain is not really necessarily designed to look. I always tell the female friends like, male has like a gray, a Rubik's cube in their brain. It's different shades of gray on the side, and we can figure it out. It's point A, point B. What is the problem? What is the solution? And then when males hit a certain point of life, is I don't even care what the problem is. What is the solution to this? And with a female, a lot of times it is more elaborate thoughts. It's more why this, why that, more emotions. Emotions can be put into it. So then this is a regular colorful Rubik's Cube, and you trying to figure out how to match the sides. So when you observe something that he does, or he observes something that you do, sometimes it might come off foreign. Because in my brain, because I see with with my girlfriend now, it's just like, you put a lot of energy and just stressing about it when you could just like fix it and then go about your day.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
But then it took me, and our communication is like amazing, but it took a point to be like, okay, well, do you just venting?
Yeah.
Like, you just want to get it off your chest, and I don't necessarily have to try to find to fix it.
Just don't say shit sometimes, and that's why I be trying to get him to understand. Just shut the hell up.
So this is what you could do, because this is what helped with us. And I had to tell her, I'm like, well, if you just want to vent, just let me know you just want to vent. If you want like advice, or you trying to get my opinion, just be like, oh look, I'm trying to, I'm figuring out, or just at least clarify that, oh no, I don't really care about the answer right now. I just got to get this off my chest. And then in my brain, it's like, well shit, I can just put you on speakerphone and go about my day. And then if it's like, if I'm trying to fix it, it's like, all right, let me lock in, let me see what, like, then at that point it kind of get bad, because the male logic to it is like very logical and no emotion. So it's like, just do that. That's all you got to do.
Just get it out of the way.
Just get it out of the way.
Oh, here.
Let me fix it.
Get a damn Apple Pay here.
But it's definitely the growth, and it's learning that well, kind of what you were saying is like it just look at it different. It's a different angle. It's a different way that it processes in the brain that some males might not even know that they're doing that wrong. Some males might not even know that they're doing it right. And then like my daughter's mom, which this was like in the heat of our BS. So like compared to what it is now, you were saying about giving the props. She told me one time, and I was kind of like venting that and kind of expressing that, but maybe not venting and expressing it in the right way. I was younger, but basically I was saying like, my nigga, I'm doing all of this, and it's kind of like, damn, can I get a good job, or can I get a so on and so forth?
It's not how you say it. It's not what you said. It's how you said it.
Yes, yeah. And then she was like, and I remember this, and she was like, why am I telling you thank you for something that you're supposed to do?
And she was,
and that's not what she meant.
Yeah,
but I'm saying,
it
but
was
like
a defense mechanism because of how you came at her. Absolutely. She probably thought and I learned that too. Us as females, we a little loony, so we feel like we can feel your tone in the text message, so we can tell if you got an attitude. Definitely, if she been with you for a while and she's married to you, so she should know your how you move. Just like how I know who I'm with, how he move. Like I could tell if he ready to have a bad day, or how you text me. Yeah, and I could tell he knows that too, because he's starting to learn my energy.
And I could pick that up with my girlfriend, and sometimes I will misread. And it will cause, but now we get to the point I'm like, all right, hold on. Let me clarify. It feels like this
you
is
right,
this.
You good.
It had to be the point where, she's legit good. Yeah. It ain't one of them, I'm good. It ain't nothing good. And then later on the night, I'm trying to figure out like, we could have fixed this earlier.
And that's a problem with us too. And I had to learn that myself. I'm so used to not telling who I date, what's going on with me. Because I can't trust y'all. I'm not. How can I say? It's like
your experiences.
It means that I cannot trust you.
It give you worry and question
that you about to fuck me over.
That it brings trust issues that they necessarily didn't create.
But it's
there
in me.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I never really told him anything I'm going through, any problems, any financial problems, anything in that sort. But now it's slowly coming to the point where I call him, like the other day, even though he was at work, but the other day I was freaking out and I called him, but he made sure he texted me and all that stuff afterwards. Like he actually made me a priority finally, so it's like I could tell it's changing. But before I get off the thing, what was I ready to say? As a female, we tend to not, how can I say this? We don't know how to open our mouths. He really had to, and it hit me because I got a little defensive, but I didn't show him that. I was in my head like, nigga, who the hell you think you talking to? But he was like, I'm not a mind reader. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. You sitting here telling me you fine, and then next thing I know, we
You're
beefing.
not fine. Yeah.
1-2 damn days later, like stop holding that in.
And I could have fixed it then.
I could have fixed it then, and you holding it for 2-3 days, maybe, and I'll hold it for weeks. Months, you know what I'm saying? And then boom, and I'm not used to sitting face. I'm still getting to the point where I can't sit face to face with him and speak on it. I send this man voice memos randomly.
But that's something though. That's how you get there. That's how you get to the point.
Mm-hmm. And I started that through because my therapist was like, "Why don't you just talk to him face to face?" And I'm like, "I can't do that."
Yeah.
She was like, "Okay, voice memo." Oh,
that easy.
And ever since then.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, damn, I'm thinking we good. Next thing I know, I get a damn voice memo. And I'm like, oh, shit, here you go. And he was like, and then that day he came, he was like, look, I'm not a mind reader.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help you. You don't tell me. Stop waiting and letting it brew up. And then it explode, and I be looking like, what the hell? Because I'm thinking we good.
I can't wait till this get edited. I'm going to send it straight to my lady. I might just edit this thing tonight. And I'm like, I ain't the only one.
And honestly, every relationship I've been in, well, I haven't been in a lot. Let me correct that. The handful of relationships I've been in, I never opened my mouth. Mm-hmm. And it gotten to the point where I hold it in, and then motherfucker, you done pissed me off. I'm ready to
and now with
put
so much stuff.
Shit on your ass.
And then he just like,
And you just sitting there looking like, where the fuck this come? You telling me something from 2019, motherfucker? It's damn 2020, something like that. Yeah. Cause Dom got it the worst. I will hold shit in from a whole 9 months of the pregnancy, the baby here.
Shout out to him.
Boom. You know what I'm saying? So
you're not alone, brother.
Yeah. So listen, boo, you get on my damn nerves, but he's really teaching me to be softer.
And that is good because that's all that a lot of times male, because you obviously you got to go through a lot of stages. As you see now,
Yes.
You got him, which is literally a good example of a man compared to.
It's been rocky.
A better example of a man.
Yeah, it's been rocky.
He getting it with male advocate. You getting there, nigga? Goddamn. A good example of a man. At least you see that he's got his intentions as well, and he got your best interest in heart.
He does.
Compared to like people that, not making excuses for them, but whatever it may be that they didn't even know or been able to receive or give you that type of nurturing. Or protection, I guess you could say, because I'm pretty sure your nurturing ability is probably thriving in his life in some way. Because like I know personally,
it's hard. He's one of them old school type men. It's no emotion, don't show no emotion. It's like, all right, motherfucker, look, you gonna be with me, you gonna show some type of damn emotion. The
benefits I feel in this relationship I'm in now, when we started talking, it was just random. Mm-hmm. Two, neither of us had like intentions of anything and whatnot, and then we were just kind of vibing, and then just over like time or months, like I literally just used to be in the crib smoking, watching YouTube, and she'll just be like, oh, what you doing? I'm about to pull up. And it's like, it's not even on no other shit. Niggas just be on the couch vibe and just chilling. Yeah. And it was like that for months. And then as like time started going on, and then we just started spending more time. But then I was in a place where my divorce was final. And I'm not really looking for anything. I'm already trying to like heal, because I remember in the previous, like we went through our ups and downs through our relationship, and it was a point of time where we was on a break, and I remember I jumped into like a relationship, but like it was literally just filling that void without doing the work and whatnot, and then just so unproductive, and how negatively impacted that relationship. Like if that just wasn't there, like she had her variables in that too, but it was a lot of unnecessary damage. There's a lot of unnecessary emotions, a lot of stuff when I could have just like sat back, relaxed, figure it out. So now when everything got official and I'm just vibing and I'm just doing whatever, then this woman pop up and it's like, okay, well, now that we at this point that we're going to try to work on a relationship, I don't say I know what works and don't work, but I seen what don't work. So a lot of that stuff took, at least with me, just being like, hey, look, okay, I got to talk. Or, hey, look, I got to explain myself better. Or me being able to open up, or me being able to do that. But it was still battles, because I got to trust you. And I'm not helping myself trusting you, because me not trusting you always got like, I had my wall. I was still kind of lingering in places that I know I shouldn't be in.
You didn't want change.
You
was comfortable.
I didn't know that is when the change was coming, because I was kind of at the point of my mind like, all right, don't be complacent and go that. But I didn't realize what was there. And then as I'm getting to the point of, oh, hold on, I'm about to lose all of this. This might be something good. Yo, I remember being like, yo, God, I need a blessing. Yeah. I ain't gonna block no blessing or nothing like that. And then when you get to the point like, I'm about to fuck this up again. Yep. Which unfortunately it took to that point, because it was kind of like I had a whole lot of a good transition going. There was a lot of stuff concluding, a lot of things opening up, a lot of things I'm trying to figure out. So it was kind of like an expedited process within these couple of months in this time period. And then I got to the end. And once I kind of just was like, yeah, I'm not trying to fuck this up. Life streamlined. Everything
was smooth.
Cool. And then we still got our growth, because it is damages that was caused in those times. But like even the fact that just the clear, like you said, talking, like you say you couldn't talk face to face. She's very similar to that, of like the opening up part and so on and so forth. So we might come back later on. Like we rarely argue. We don't have no real arguments. Most time it's just like conversations or disagreements or trying to figure out or navigating little stuff. It's no like, oh, you ain't doing the dishes. It's nothing like that. So when we had a conversation, it might come off wrong or it might be approached wrong. And it's just like, okay, so look, when we was talking, I think this was on my mind and I couldn't say it then, or I took that way. Because like you said, like you can your face sometimes could show something
all the time,
and I'm learning that minds can too. So that was a staticky part. So now like she'll be like, hey, well, I'll tell her, I'm like, look, your body language shift. Like I know what you look like when nothing is on your mind and you're happy, and then I can tell something on your mind. So if you're telling me nothing's wrong,
I know you're lying.
I'm going to believe it, and I'm going to be blown, or it's going to do more damage to me if something is wrong, especially when it could have been fixable then, and I got to understand that you might not be able to express that something wrong. So just tell me that you don't know at the moment, or tell me that like, okay, well, I'm not sure. You saying something brought, so let me like kind of look into it and then so on and so forth. But it took the growth that I know I couldn't do that years ago. Yeah. Like I wouldn't, no matter what relationship I was, literally before this one, I don't even think my brain would have been able to comprehend that. It's like, why you not talking? What's wrong? Something wrong. And now I'm mad, you mad, we all mad.
Silent treatment. we call later on today and we just silent on the phone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We just hearing each other breathe.
Everybody.
Seem
like you got an attitude.
That's all you hear.
You seem like you got an attitude.
That's all you hear. Oh, the TV in the background, or the game in the background, or this. Like, goddamn, you gonna talk?
Oh, I know TV so loud.
Yeah, like, why you breathing so loud? Like, what was you clanking the damn pots and pans so loud? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, honestly, how we do, it's just you just being on the phone. We ain't even gotta talk. You know what I'm saying? Outside of our days that we pissed off with each other. But you can call me. We can be quiet. It's just you being there. Or we'll fall asleep. It's just you being there. And that's soothing to me.
Yeah.
But when we beefing, it's like, ain't that wrong thing, motherfucker? You can sneeze and I'm irritated. It's like...
I've been like so big on protecting my peace and like obviously at home if that's in shambles. So I'll be stressing, just assuming something wrong with her, and I just be in the like and a lot of times, and I'm getting better with it, but a lot of times I will cause a problem, just trying to prevent a problem, and she'll genuinely just be nothing wrong, but because I'm like, hey, Lo, you good, nigga? Like, come on, bro, and then I'm feeling like she bullshitting. You know,
that was me.
And then like, what you got going on? And then she be like, I'm not even mad, but I'm mad now. And then I'm like, oh fuck, now I gotta sue. I gotta put this fire out that I started.
But my therapist told me, and that's probably what you also had, codependency.
Yes.
In your relationship, I had that real bad when I was pregnant.
Yes.
I had it real bad, and I had to learn once. I think it's because of the pregnancy. I was so emotional and attached, and he was so detached because he had a lot going on. And it was like, I had a lot going on too, but not as bad as him.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking there's something going on between us, and the whole time it won't.
And most times that's how it is on both parties.
Men don't, and at that time he won't even speaking on his stuff neither. Yeah. So it took him a while to open up with me too. So it was like, damn, if you would have opened your damn mouth then, I would have tried to help you out, or we could have worked it together. We're in and I had to tell him this multiple times, still tell him. We are in a relationship. You're not with a female that you got to do everything with. No, I don't want him to do everything. You know what I'm saying? But I had to sit back and just sometimes we got to shut the hell up. And it's hard for me to shut the hell up, you know? So sometimes when, like, lately, I've been on short-term disability and they was messing up my funds. And with no problem. Send the whole rent money. Most of the time I'd be like, nah, I'm gonna figure it out. I just shut the hell up, you know.
But the fact that
just shut up.
Like the fact that you're not asking for it. Not the fact all. That it's like him doing that. It will be different. Like if you mess with some females, like, oh, I want my hair done. They're like, girl, Charlie, I only knew your month. Like, leave me alone. Yeah. But then it's like the fact that it's like, I know that you wouldn't necessarily ask me for that, no matter how much I might want or I will ask you to. So for you coming to me at this point and then saying that you need this, I understand how much work, how many conversations you probably had with yourself on this. So and
I have to prep talk myself.
And you have to prep talk
my damn mouth to even
exactly. And it's just like, all right, I'm going to do it regardless. But it's like, I do understand the battle that you might have just had just to even ask for this. And sometimes with males, it's just like we'll have our conversation with like bills and whatnot. And we both in a position that we good here. We can do this. So if we plan on something, I'm like, hey, look, I'll handle this. You'll take that and do this. And then she's like, I don't know, I could do this. I'm like, girl, just put it there. It's okay. But overall, it's just, I don't know. I just feel like everybody got it takes self-awareness, emotional awareness, emotional stability. And I think a lot of people feel like that if they don't have that all right now, it's a failure. And I've learned you're not even going to receive shit until it's supposed to be. Because a lot of stuff and a lot of these advices older people gave us, and we're not going to receive that at that time. We don't care what it is. And then I look back at some of the conversations like, oh, okay, now I understand that. That's clear. But then a lot of people don't even know it because it's everybody wants somebody to help them, going back to like the traumas and trying to fill that void. Like, oh, I need a relationship. Oh, I need this.
You need to do it yourself.
And I see that in a lot of not a lot of my female friends. I do have obviously female friends that's still in that little bubble. And I don't know how to I be trying to figure out how to to translate it. It's like until you get to a point
you get tired.
Better than where you are now, wherever that may look like. It don't have to be a better job. It don't have to be better mentally. But when you feel like you are, when you look back like, damn, I came from that a year ago. I came from that. you are a different person than you did. So long as you still looking into that same pool, as long as you still doing stuff in that same area when you had that mindset, you're not gonna advance. Like, you got to understand that you might not understand what's ahead of you, but it's good. A lot of times I feel like they get stuck in that pool and that circle, like, okay, I'm getting this validation right now. The first 90 days I'm feeling loved, and in the first 90 days I'm feeling getting attention, or I'm getting the text message, I'm getting all of this. But it's like
the honeymoon phase.
I've been with my shawty for a couple, like a few years, and we don't get a good morning text every morning. And most of the time when she leave in the morning and when I wake up, we might not even say a word or see each other until later on that evening. And it don't mean that I don't feel like you out here doing anything. I don't feel like the love ain't the same, but just kind of like that's how life works. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that because they haven't got to that part. So they fall in that same circle, like, oh, these niggas ain't the same. All these niggas shit.
I used to be like that, but now it's kind of like I look and I'm like, oh, his ass at work. He'll text me when he texts me, or I'll text him. Now I get to the point where like he'll text me when he ready. And I go on by my day, but in the beginning it was like, why this nigga ain't text me? You used to text me all the time. Now you know.
Do y'all have each other location?
Yeah.
And it's a, so we have our locations too, but it was always just a security factor.
That's it. That's it.
And it never with
never. What the fuck are you? No, I ain't no.
Exactly.
Because if you doing something, honestly, I done gotten to the point. If you doing something, it's gonna come to the light.
I deal with a Caribbean woman. It's gonna come to a dream.
And I have dreams or anything in that sort. It one way or another, it's gonna come out, and I'm gonna make sure you get it out before. And I always say it. I'd rather you tell me the truth, cause before I find it out from somebody else.
I done heard that a few times.
Or because these females nowadays, they so quick to, oh, this nigga don't want me, let me go fuck up what they got. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's that in a certain extent, that's good.
It is the examples.
You know what I'm saying? It's good.
But too many people
like,
use that nuke immediately.
Yeah, to do it to hurt the female. Yeah. Motherfucker, boo, that ain't got nothing to do with you. But all honesty, let's say, God forbid, Jesus Christ, God forbid, knock on wood, a female come to me today at the mall. Hit me with that. I'm like, all right. He talking to you? Let me see some proof. Give me some screenshots or something like that. Let me see his number in the screenshot. You know what I'm saying?
So in your air quote crash out days, did you fight the nigga or did you fight the female?
I didn't fight nobody.
Cool.
I didn't fight no, because why am I fighting the female?
So you got a logical.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't owe me no loyalty. I ain't fucking you. Now the dude is like,
it's different.
I'ma cuss your ass clean the fuck out. I'ma hurt you with my words.
Yeah.
I'ma cut you so deep with my words, but I'm not gonna put my hands on it.
That's why your mama ain't love you.
No, that didn't deep. I ain't gonna do that deep.
The female be dropping them nukes. It be like, I just said your wig was dry. And you over here talking about that's why my uncle was on like, what are you doing?
That's why your mama on drugs or something. Now,
but that's just as bad.
But I won't sit here and say that's why your mother. That's deeper.
What if the mama on drugs for real?
I'll be like, look, hey, but I'm gonna hurt you with your. It was so bad. That's why I said I changed so much. It was so bad where I don't gotta put my hands on it. I'm gonna make you want to fight me.
Yeah, that is all female. I'm gonna
piss you off so bad to the point where I'm gonna make you want to fight me, and then as soon as you try to fight me, I'm gonna beat your. But now it's like,
I don't get the strength to argue for real.
The last argument I had was with Dom and the girl. Not gonna put too deep in it, our business, but the girl was obviously around for a while, and she hit me up thinking that it was gonna hurt me, but little did she know I was already mentally gone from the relationship anyway. And one thing about females, we leave you mentally before we leave you. We leave you mentally before we leave physically. So once I mentally check out, I'm looking for any little thing to leave your ass. You feel me? So it's like when she hit me with that shit, I'm like, cool. I said, all right. but got on his ass though. I was all right. And it was like she wasn't looking for that type of reaction. She wanted me to go off. But I don't even fuck with you. I already got beef with you anyway from a long time ago regarding to my child. So I'm never gonna fight with you over a man, but I'm gonna fight you over something to speak.
My beef is a little different.
Yeah, my beef a little different. I don't want you to think that we off the hook, cause baby, I still got an ass whooping for you, and I hope you see this, cause I still got an ass whooping for you. But anyways,
period.
Now after that's what I said. After I left Dom, before I got with who I'm with now, I was a dog. Like I talked men how basically,
pussy boy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I talked to them like they were beneath me, because I always gave them the respect. You know what I'm saying?
Threw something in there though.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You might not came out the gate talk about they beneath you, but you didn't throw your shot.
They was talking something, and I tell them, I'm like, look, I got a female brain and I got a man brain. You not gonna put shit past me.
I got a sidebar. Do y'all learn the fucked up sayings growing up, or after y'all were like first fucked up relationship? Like, do y'all come out the womb with these bars and these like cutthroat ass statements?
Both. Cause Granny, God bless you, love you dearly. That woman was hell. That woman, look, hey, and my brother just told me, you look just like her and you act like her. My mouth is cutthroat. So it's like I learned a lot from Barbara Ann Rose. You feel me? And
the greatest hits.
The greatest hits. The slickest hits. She ain't even had to hit your ass if she say something slick to cut you. You feel me? So it's like I learned from my environment. And
that's true.
I would have to say too, by therapy, I had learned that I'm not a narcissist, but I had some narcissist ways because of how I was raised. You see what I'm saying?
It came from like a defense mechanism, maybe?
Yeah, it was more so I'm trying to be soft with you, but then boom, you hit me with something that's like,
it triggers something. Yeah.
You trying to play me, so let's play these games. You feel me? So it's like I had to stop that shit. Mm-hmm. Definitely with this relationship I'm in now, I can honestly say I didn't even, that don't even cross my mind to do half of the shit I did in the other ones. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
it's growth.
It's growth. And it's like I have so much respect for him to the point where it's like I can't do that shit to him. You know what I'm saying?
And same thing when it comes to like males, like, you know, like the topic, like, oh, males always cheat, or who cheat more, so on and so forth. I think with a male type of thing, first off, at a certain age, we don't have a respect necessarily for ourselves, so to speak. At least it's a lot differently when you get older. Because now I kind of look at it like, obviously, like any typical male, and been fluid and going out doing whatever, so on and so forth. But it's kind of like now, looking in hindsight, I'm like, that shit. What I learned why males, or why, because I can only speak for myself.
Yeah. Why
I was out here chasing, and why I'm out here trying to
females
dive in, so on and so forth. It's like I was trying to find my answers to my problems.
Ego stroke.
I would say it was an ego stroke. It was definitely an ego stroke. And maybe it wasn't even like to prove to nobody else. It's kind of like proving yourself and try to prove certain, because like back to the male thing, when you're growing up, it's like, oh, you got to have these females, or you got, which I don't know if it's changing now. I'm not a teenager, but pretty sure it's the same. But like, you got to do this, you got to do that. And then when you get older, with the definition of a male kind of get altered, it's like, you got to have a family, you got to have the investments, you got to be able to provide, you got to be able to do that. So when you look back at it, it's like, oh no, this is just me trying to find answers to some questions that ain't there.
You was just trying to find yourself.
Yeah.
And it's hard because you didn't really have, even though you said you had your dad, you didn't really have the guidance of your dad. And then you probably had your grandpa, but you got to understand your grandpa time was something totally different
completely
than how, you know what I'm saying, how we was raised up.
The Rolling Stones.
Like grandma, like granny, even though she ain't play that shit. She ain't play that shit at all. That means she ain't play nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I had to sit back. As a female, I ain't even gonna get on my dad. As a female, therapy, that's why I said therapy is, you got to have the right therapy.
That is true.
Get that Miss Shalonda Jackson. I'm telling you, if you need therapy or crash out, Shalonda Jackson hit me up. I'll give you her information. I'm telling you, she's the best. She got me to talk. that right there, I say that all the time. She got me to talk, and for me to change it, for me to do a different outlook on life.
Yeah.
She's really she's not gonna sugarcoat nothing with you.
That's big too, because people don't understand that you don't have to stay with that particular therapist. You can always switch to another one. And a lot of times they don't even like it's anxiety that at the beginning when I first I don't even talk to this person, but I don't want to tell them. But then I found one and you find a good one when they talking. They want you to. They want you to find and be the best person, even if it ain't them, to be able to help you. Like, oh well, I got somebody. Oh, this is private. If you a male, find you a black woman. Preferably older, preferably around your mother or your grandma age. If you're a female, females receive information from anybody properly, and you got to say it the right way or the right tone.
As a female, we will actually, nothing to get men, but we'll prefer a female though.
Okay, so
because it's more motherly.
Okay, so it's the same as the males. I've heard people that say they don't necessarily like females that are female.
We so-called don't know what y'all go through, but y'all gotta understand. Also, is some females that really do know.
Understand?
Like myself.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of my male friends and damn family members that come to me all the damn time, and I'm a female. You know what I'm saying? Telling me about men problems, and I'm actually helping their ass out. And I'm like, I can see it from, and I tell them all the time, do not tell me what she did.
Right.
Tell me what you did and what she did.
You gotta hear both sides.
So I can see who's in the wrong. Sometimes neither one of y'all in the wrong.
Yeah, a lot of times
just something wrong.
It is some communication most of the time. And,
you see what I'm saying?
And you see that when you have like a foundation in communication, like y'all relationship is built up. Okay, we got to talk. And like we were saying a little earlier, you were like some hard conversations. All them the hard conversations get easier.
It does.
Once you have enough of them, and when y'all get on the same page and y'all understand that y'all like a unit, or you on like I said, intentions are well and so on and so forth. Them hard conversations just become regular conversations.
It's getting easier, and I'm a prime example, and you are too. It gets
definitely.
One thing about, I was talking to one of my friends. I said we be so delusional in the honeymoon phase, but after the honeymoon phase, that's when relationships end, because nobody wants to take time to really heal themselves.
Right.
And not only heal themselves. As a true relationship, you can heal yourself, but at the same time, you can heal each other. Basically, if you with the right person, you're supposed to mirror off each other.
Yeah.
So it's like, with who I am with now, it's a lot of insecurities that I had that he showed me in so many ways without knowing he showed me. And I'm like, oh, shit.
But you there to receive it.
You know what I'm saying?
You there to receive it now.
And it's to the point, at first, I would never say no shit like that. Like, niggas, you ain't ready to sit here and know that you did this and you did that.
I ain't gonna give you no up.
I ain't gonna give you no up on me. You know what I'm saying? That was the old me. So now it's like, I give him praise. It's like, it's a lot of insecurities I had that he probably still, and I know once he see this, he could be like, yeah, you know, you the, yeah. He could be like, yeah, and I'm be like, yeah.
We did it. We got you, bro. I'm here for you.
He really changed me, and it ain't been easy, but it was like my pregnancy. It was the worst pregnancy I had, but it's like I had to be alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta go through that
working, I had to be alone. I hated it, but it was so much shit that I worked on myself that nobody really knows, that I sat back and I had to work on myself. I would not be the person I am right now. That 9 months did not hit. And I say this, and I love my kids. I definitely love my girls. But that boy, my son, is like, I don't know. He was brought on this earth for a reason. Like, he's changing us.
Yeah. He's
changing us. It's for the good. He's really changing us.
It's a cause and effect thing, because the way that you raise it and you able to nurture him is different because of where you at now. And then now this kid is getting like the proper or the full or the best of what he's supposed to be at, and that also get back to everybody around them.
Correct.
And that's how like I feel like with my daughter, like she just pure. Like just straight pure, and then you can see like she don't take no BS, so she ain't doing like that. She's still a 6-year-old
little diva.
Yeah, but it's kind of like you can just see just like her energy is just different, and I feel like I will not. I'm not going to self-incriminate myself on camera. Just advise them will make sure that stay nice and peaceful.
I mean, we're learning.
Yeah,
We're learning. We didn't have the nurturing from the mom and the dad, so we're learning. So
and then you get to see like I want to see what that looks like when they are 20, 21, because now you're seeing where
how you taught them.
Because like the generation that's becoming like 20 and 21 now, these are like the school shooting generation. So you see like they more now I don't want to say rebellious.
They're more angry.
They're more angry and they want shit done and they want shit fixed. So now it's like, okay, now this is the product of chaos, which it might actually benefit us in a whole. Now we're developing like the peace. Like these kids now is kind of like, reason why I say that, okay, because these, you got to think about it. When we was in school, we was doing like tornado drills. We was doing fire drills. We was doing
They don't even do that no more.
It'd be active shooter drills. And then now recently they had one in a private school. I'm like, oh, okay, now it's all over. You know, first it was like the public schools in certain areas, and now you get into the private schools that they having the same stuff. All these kids, they don't know what it feels like to go to school and not have to worry about that. Like it might not be on the front of their mind, but we went to school and not thought about it.
We went to school with an active shooting out, and we had to walk in zigzag lines. They didn't give a damn for real.
But a lot of the stuff, it wasn't a mass school shooting.
But yeah,
they had beef. And they just chose to do it at the school.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like now, because you see, like we didn't have our incident. I ain't gonna put our city on the world bad, but we didn't have our incidents, and it quickly get changed to, oh no, there was a isolated problem. Like it might happen in these massive areas, like at the graduation, it might happen in massive area, but they immediately said, oh no, this is not a mass shooting. That's just not what it is.
It was a targeted
event. We got to deal with stuff like that. Now we got these kids that, all they know is they see on the news the school shooting. They see on this stuff. They might not be on their front porches conscious,
not
but
even that. Music videos.
Music, yeah.
Fucking. And I was just talking to my child the other day because she was talking about the baddies thing. I used to watch that years ago when it first came out until I realized I needed to stop because I got girls.
Yeah.
And I realized the other day she's seeing something on my phone, the Natalie Nunn lady, and she was like, I want to be on. I said, no. I said, because I used to, with Bad Girls, I used to want to be on Bad Girls, and shit, I would have tore their ass up, back in the day. So it's kind of like, damn, I got a girl, and I don't want her to be like, but now this generation of TV shows, everybody is so damn angry.
Yeah.
Everybody is fighting. These females are fighting. You got a damn show with popping the damn balloon. You going in front of strangers and they popping the damn balloons and that's stupid shit.
I think it's because that's what got the attention. Like the concept of a lot of these shows could be fine, but we grew up in the love and hip hop days and stuff like that, and you didn't see people fighting until then. You didn't see into that VH1, MTV, that little 2013, 2014 time period, all that stuff, Bad Girls Club, all them stuff like that. That's where the drama was. And now the way content is created, you get 2-3 cameras and you can put it on a platform. So that's what people, and it's so sad because I don't want to say it's sad, it's life, because I'm pretty sure it was stuff there that we didn't either. Like we was sagging and shit. So and we had a whole lot of violence, but it just looked differently now. But it's kind of bad because the information get quicker. A lot of times you had to watch these particular channels at this particular time. The internet, like we had Twitter, but Twitter was like, it was a different Twitter. Like if everybody's watching like Catfish, you see this motherfucker out here, I knew this motherfucker. It won't know we about to beat this person's ass. And then also, that's another thing. With the internet problems and the internet beef, it was a actual person on the other side of that account. Mm-hmm. So when I'm on Twitter talking shit about this dude telling pull up, like, bro, it's probably 15 minutes up the street.
Get out, whoop each other's ass, or go to school, have beef, get on the wrong bus, go to that bus stop, whoop their ass, and walk your ass home. Exactly.
And now it's just such a conglomerate and group of just random people and random stuff. Just like you getting harassed by people that one might not even be real.
Shit, might be out overseas.
It might be on overseas. Might be in they not in your city, or even the ones when you going to school. This might be a wrong take on this, but I feel like if I don't want to say bring back bullying because it's definitely negative.
Bullying is already out though.
But I'm talking about like we used to be in school talking like joking on each other, and it's like
it was more harder then. And
it's not like you're gonna go shoot the school. Like maybe if you, it used to be like when you see you crying and your friend like, bro, if you don't say a joke back, nigga, if you don't get yourself together, and so on and so forth. And maybe it's like you now learning how to. I'm trying to say this without sounding wild, but you kind of adapt different. And I'm not saying it's a positive thing, but it's like, okay, at least I got away. Like I seen something like somebody like the dude in New York. He's like, you don't hear no school shootings in New York for real because like everybody just knows to talk shit. Everybody just like now you might not make you not all the adults are pleasant talking shit all the time, but it still builds that type of durability.
They're more tougher out there,
tougher and so on and so forth. And then you see like a lot of those shootings be like random towns and cities like in the South. It might have a population of 10,000. It might have a population of something more, a little less, but it's not like it's not in Richmond. You know what I'm saying? Like a heavily dense, or not even in the counties. Like it's not a heavily dense place. So it's like I feel like it's small groups of people that's not really that just in a nasty circle. And then because like kind of like we got like the crash outs you might see here, that just might be the Caucasian version of a crash out. Like a kid going bringing a knife to school, a kid going fighting in the neighborhood, so on and so forth. It just kind of like your mom. Like when you see certain things, one of them school shootings recently, because you know the parents get charged now. I love that. I mean that is good though. Yeah, because like if the parents had now, they'll do the investigation, and if your kid just went left, it ain't you. But you know we have like certain cases like, oh, we bought this gun for the kid, or we ain't do this, or we ain't do that, or it wasn't secured, or so on and so. If they find that the parents had anything to do with it, they damn near get the exact same sentence as the kid. And one of the more recent ones, it was like, oh, I brought my kid a gun, and it's so on and so forth. And then it's like, well, people in the South do buy their kids the gun, but you don't buy them an AR. Like in the South, you get your hunting rifle. You'll get so on and so forth. And even still, if you get a kid a hunting rifle, you're still the adult.
You're still responsible for it.
You still lock it up. You still put it, not disposing. Like you can say, oh, this is my gun, but he's only or she's only touching it with my supervision out in the proper environment, doing so on and so forth. You're not going to have the access. Like, why is your kid having the access to the guns? So it's like the parenting is failing. I feel like most time anything that happened with a kid, to adult to a certain age, till you get to the point where there's no excuse for you, it's always the parent's fault.
I can agree on that because I seen most of the kids killing that's out right now in the past couple of years, and not trying to, like you said, not trying to sound off or not pinpointing or anything in that sort, but no child deserves to get their life taken away at all.
Right.
So when I see some stuff like that, definitely when I see when a teenager or somebody that's still in school that, got killed or whatnot, I always directly go over to their page.
Yeah.
And I go to their page, they got AR here, gun here, or something in that sort, and I just be sitting here like...
Yeah.
So you allow your child to post this. I know you're a friend on their social media. You allow them to post this, and you should then your child in music. Yeah, support your child's dreams, but
you got to still control it.
Talk about smoking and shooting and fucking, and you under the age of 18. I be listening to the music, and I be sitting here like, what are you doing? Where the parent at?
First off, I couldn't drop nothing without my grandma on. What the you a representation of me.
You turn that shit off.
You ain't going out this house talking like that in front of me like I ain't raised you right.
You ain't no motherfucking thug. Look.
Hey, I remember I guess I don't know, it had to be like middle school maybe. It was I guess if you was in a gang or something that the news said when your pocket was out or some shit like that. So me just being a regular old, maybe not even a teenage boy, I put my clothes on. I might not pull my pockets right, nigga. I just got this out of the laundry basket. I'm going outside. Put your pockets in. You ain't part of no gang.
Pull your motherfucking pants out. Pull your pants out. And it is so sad Boo was ready to leave out the house the other day, and he don't sag, but I turned around and all I seen was his damn drawers, and I'm like, pull your damn pants. Oh. And it's something that's stayed clicked in my mind because I always heard it growing up.
Yeah.
So when I said it, I said, he didn't see me because his back was turned.
Yeah.
I said, hey, pull your pants up. And he pulled them up and walked on up out the house. So it was like, I don't know. It's just the old soul in me. It's like, no, you're not ready. You not, even though you're a grown man, but you still, just like I represent you, you represent me.
And even 9 times out of 10, come on, try to do the same thing. I'm like, first off, I'm not sagging my pants. This just might be a rare lapse in time you catch me that I might have to pull my pants up, and it's just not priority at this particular moment.
Hell.
And it just be like,
I ain't got a belt.
And then she'll say that, I'll be like, you know
damn well, sag my pants. I ain't got a belt right now.
Or even if it's just like the little bar from like the rim, and then maybe like the top corner of your underwear, and like, why are you sagging? Like, first off, this is not even sagging. It's on my hips.
We can still see your underwear, man. Pull them up.
What am I supposed to do?
Pull them up.
Did you want to tell the people about your products?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
So I have body products, and I have hair oil. I have hair oil. It's like my magic hair potion. I have super strength and I have regular strength. My super strength does contain peanut oil. So if you're allergic to peanuts, you can't use the super. But I also have a regular, which has nothing with peanut in it at all. But my super, I'm telling you right now, that's what's been selling out. I have people that has no edges. I'm not trying to be funny. No edges at all.
You are.
But the people that I have for my models, I target them for a reason. But they have a personality. They like family.
Okay.
So we can joke like that.
Yeah.
And it's for a reason, because I know I could joke with you and you don't take it as an offense. You feel what I'm saying? But when I say they've been sending me pictures, man, I'll show you right now. I can't show them, but I'll show you.
Proof it's in the pudding.
I let my stuff just shows itself. Where is that?
Why are you looking for that? Do you make everything yourself?
Yes, I do. Everything myself. Everything myself. So this was her in the beginning. Oh shit. That's her in the beginning.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah. It ain't bad. We seen worse.
Yeah. I ain't gonna show you the worst one. And this is her now. And it ain't even been a month. Shit. You see what I'm saying? It hasn't even been a month.
Oh yeah, no, that's like that.
You feel me?
Yeah.
It has not been a month at all. So it's like I let my work shows for it. I ain't really gotta brag too much. Here. Here you go.
Speak for itself.
And I have other people to be like, yeah, my shit is growing. And my son, perfect example, bald all right here. Now the back, it's taking a little time in the back, but that's all babies. But it won't even a month. He was bald all right here. He has hair right here.
Is it so I know you make it yourself. What kind of like products besides like the peanut that you can tell? Is it like organic? Is it particular like herbs or something that you have? Without telling too much of it?
I can't tell too much because this is the
Krabby Patty secret ingredient.
I can just say it is all natural. Mm-hmm. I can't say it is all natural. I can't say that it is a mixture of herbs, and it's one main oil I do use, but majority is mostly herbs, and I soak it. And I will say I use shibi. I do have some shibi, if I'm saying it right. Shibi, I don't know how to say it. I wouldn't be able to correct you. Well, the females would know. Yeah. It is a little bit of that in there. I will give you that tip, but I can't give y'all my secret ingredient. But the regular strength is mostly oils and stuff like that. I can give y'all that. It's, you know, some argan oil, black seed oil, you know, little stuff like that, because it can't have the secret ingredient that the soup is in. But
is there particular hair type that is for, of any?
all ages,
All ages, all demos.
My first test drive was my son. I will say for the babies, don't do it a lot because their skin is still developing.
Yeah.
So at first I was doing it every day, but his scalp was itching like hell. So I was like, "Oop, nope." So I started doing it once, and then I had to mix his with grapeseed oil. If you do it for your babies, do a little drop, then grapeseed oil, and put a little bit on the hair, maybe once a week. It's still the same results. It's just less itchy for them, because Lord have mercy, Jesus, that boy was not happy. But my kids,
It was growing too fast.
My kids, I did a retwist on November, because I started dreads on them, locks on them, and I just did another retwist last night. Their hair grew crazy. Even when I was not taking myself serious as far as my products last year. Last November, my child father, he had his locks, and that's really honestly him and my cousin Tavon let me test drive on their hair. So that's why I give big props to them, because they taught me a skill that I didn't really know I had. So when I was using the oil on them,
it worked
instant, and I was not taking myself serious at that time. And also my body butters.
Explain your body butters.
Body butters. I use shea butter, grapeseed oil, and my fragrances. To be honest, it ain't nothing hard to do with that. Just regular body butter.
Do it work for like eczema? I think the wintertime gave me little dry spots on my arm. I think it waited for me to become 30 to finally get these. And it's crazy because like everybody around me and got it, and it's just like, oh, I'm good. Soon as the first,
your body's still developing.
Soon as the first winter happened, I'm over here getting little eczema spots and shit. I don't know how to deal with that.
I'm working on the eczema butter, because y'all can't really have too much fragrance on y'all.
True, that's very true.
Y'all cannot have too much fragrance on y'all, and it's a special. You can use shea butter, but it's a special type of oil y'all need to use, and I still need to work on that. So give me about a month or two, because I am studying that.
Get in the lab.
You already know.
Get in the lab.
But I have some body oil that you guys can use. But as far as the body butter is not yet. I am working on that, and I also am working on bath stuff too. And I was in the lab the other day. I said, I got hair oil. Why don't I have hair shampoo and conditioner?
Well, how about this? I would save this episode to when you get all of your stuff ready. And then when I put this episode out, we'll have your links, we'll have all your stuff in there. And that way, as you're talking to it now, so we'll be speaking to the future. You'll be able, they can go directly to it, have all your pages, your link and whatnot.
Oh, I got all that ready.
Then we good. Then we got the links.
I got the links and the products. Only thing that I have to wait on is the eczema butter and the shampoo and conditioner. But
that's cool.
That's gonna come quick.
We can do that.
Probably about next month.
Then we'll post this. I'll say this one. We'll get everything straight, and you post it, and you have. I don't know. We'll put it on the screen somewhere.
And my website will be up by next week.
And everything will be good. But another question I want to ask: being an entrepreneur, how do you feel like in that transition? Like, how do it feel trying to create a brand and doing it by yourself? Like, what is your experience been so far?
Different. Different. I have 3 people that help me out a lot, pushes me. Tavon, Danny, my girl Danny, my spiritual coach, lover, and my boo, of course. They push me, A lot of people, including myself, I was scared to start because I didn't have the funds. But sometimes you can't let that stop you. You have to continue to push yourself. So I can say it's kind of hard. And then you have some of them traumas and self-beliefs.
Yeah, that you gotta going through and rewriting.
It's like stuff that you was told in your childhood that been planted in your head for so long
and dictated so much.
Now you gotta sit here and be like, that ain't me. And it's hard. It is hard. That's why I push therapy on a lot of people. It's really hard. But once you get in that lab and you really don't do stuff just, of course, for the money, but don't do stuff just for the money. It has to be something that you enjoy to do.
Yeah, something with passion.
It has to be your passion. And that's why my podcast, which I'm going to eventually come across, and my products. You know what I'm saying? So those two are really my passion. They go neck to neck. And it's like I'm trying to I got my courage up to do something off camera, which is my products. Now I got to
You got the personality, though. You definitely got the personality. I think we've been friends on Facebook forever, so you know how to.
Yeah, you know how.
You know how to Facebook. Hey, that's what. We'll get to that in a second. Facebook gonna be that shit when we get older.
Man, what?
But you definitely got the personality. During the COVID time frame, I was like streaming on the game, and I would say at the beginning it would just talking to a camera, it kind of get whatever, and then you got these eyes looking, but as you like keep doing it now, you just be yourself in front of a camera. Like, and so when you, a lot of times people overthink it when it comes to, I don't want to say I create content, because I'm not doing this to be a content creator. This is just kind of like, I want to cultivate a environment where people can just talk. Because I'll talk to anybody. Like you can be the wildest opinion. I just want to see what your mind works. I don't necessarily care. You're entitled to your opinion. I just want to see. So just doing it. Like if you just, whenever you get to that point where you in your podcast or you trying to talk to people, because it sounds like you're going to be talking to people. No matter what way, shape, or form that is, it sounds like you're going to eventually be in front of crowds, telling your journey, telling your experiences, telling your stuff. So just do it.
I'm trying to build my courage up to do it.
And you get your little tripod, set your phone up, or even just leaning against the wall or something, and just talk. Because at the end of the day, what you put out into the world, it's not there. Like you said, it's not a job. It's not something like, you can get monetized and get a currency to come out of it, but you're doing this because that's what you want to do.
That's what I love to do.
And then whoever's meant to hear it is going to hear it. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, I want this particular crowd to listen, and I don't want this particular. You just want to talk.
I just want people to talk.
That's it.
I want to help people, even if it's just me. Like yesterday, I put a post up. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
Which one?
The one I posted up yesterday saying water your grass.
Yeah.
I didn't even think that was gonna do that good, and it actually did. But I had a moment because I was talking to some family members. I had male and female. It was like 4, half and half. Same problem. Crazy as hell. I mean, as soon as I get off the phone, one, boom, another one. And I'm like, what the fuck? So sometimes I sit here and I be like, what the hell? Did the universe do this for a reason? Did God put them on me for a reason? For me to open my mouth?
Yes.
And, you know what I'm saying? So I said, let me go ahead and stop fighting against it.
Yes.
And let me do it. And when I did it, and I ain't gonna lie, I was in the car like, should I post it? Should I not post it? You know what I'm saying? Because I'd be scared. I'd be like, should I post it? Should I not post it? And then I heard somebody just say, post it.
Do it.
Post it, and TikTok, everything just.
Because you're just putting it out into the world. It don't matter what comes out. Once you put it out into the world, it's there. It's there for them to consume, for them to receive it the way they didn't receive it. It's not necessarily always going to be positive. It ain't going to necessarily be negative the whole time, but you put it out there to the world. Just allow them to receive it the way they receive it and go about your day.
And a lot of people need to hear it because some people be fighting against accountability. And I don't just speak. I'm a woman's woman, but we be wrong. We be wrong.
Some claps on that one.
We be wrong.
We gotta get the many people in the back to hear these claps.
Yeah, we really be wrong.
Everybody had their accountability.
You know what I'm saying? And my friend group, I have a very slim amount of female friends. Growing up, it used to frustrate me because they used to see me hanging around men.
They try to put names.
They try
and
to put titles. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she fast. Or, oh, she did. Ain't none of them touch me. And I ain't even give him a reason to touch me. You know what I'm saying? It's just that female has so much drama, and I won't into that. So that's why I'd rather hang with the men crowd. I mean, I'm a girls, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, in the back of my mind, you still a female. You got some type of drama with you. You feel me?
Do your guy play the game?
Yeah.
And then he got his online friends?
Yeah.
That he probably never met in real life?
Yeah.
That's how simple male relationship is.
Yeah. See what I'm talking about? Y'all can... He get on Grand Theft Auto the other day. He was on Grand Theft Auto talking on the headphone. I'm thinking he talking to me. He talking to a whole stranger, and I'm sitting here like,
damn,
how long y'all know each other? Y'all talking like y'all buddies. Like, what?
One of my good friends, I've never seen this man a day in my life. I talk to him quite frequently.
On the game.
Oh yeah, I met him on the game. I met him off some rant. I met him with another guy that I randomly met through a friend. And we were just playing on the game. We were playing Warzone, Call of Duty. And it was like, we just add a random to the lobby. End up being this guy. And now my dogs, both of these dudes, I literally talk to them all day. Like one of them is in Georgia, which I kind of talk to him more the other one because we got some other mutual friends. But my dog I'm talking about, he's in Arizona. I didn't see this man get married. I didn't see this man have kids. He didn't see my kid grow up. We didn't have conversations. We both been at Lowe's having conversations.
Man, that's blessings.
And even now, like we'll just be sitting. But that's how like simple male friends. And off immediately, I probably ain't know shit about this dude. But now this is my dog. Like even like he got this business. You ever seen them parties where they have the headset on? And they just be like, I think called like a silent party. Yeah. He a part of, and he got his hand into one of the companies that make one of those. So I've been hitting him all the time. He's like, oh yeah, this is a new design, or this is a new so on and so forth and stuff like that. Never met this man a day in my life. Plan on going to Arizona, plan on going here, but just life the way of life sometimes. But it's just like, that's
you
how
never
simple.
know who God brings in your life, though.
Exactly. And then when you saying like you hanging out with males and whatnot, it's because it's a lot simpler dynamic than me and I have like a fair amount of female friends that I ain't like we doing it like my legit. I look at them like sisters and they annoy the shit out of my life sometimes. But it's just like it's just genuine friendship. Like when you dealing with males, it's kind of like, oh well, we hoop once a week. I don't know shit about this nigga, but while we there. It's every Wednesday, me and my friends. Some of them I knew forever, some of them I met later on, and it's a land full of them I never seen until I started hooping every day. How you doing, bro? How your family? Everything good? Shit, we can pull up, we can go get a drink or whatnot. I might know nothing else about them, but it's very simple and organic. And I feel like sometimes, at least in the outside looking in, females have a particular standard to their friendship. There's particular things that might need to be checked off and consistently checked off to hold the title of a friend, and it's not sometimes it's not really an understanding that some people that just might not be them. And I might not even know certain people's names, but I might know.
I give them nicknames,
right?
Big boot, big pants, anything, you know.
And I can call them that, and they just gonna go with it.
They just be all right, you know.
Shit,
what I'm
cool,
saying?
my
Shit, all right, I'm big boot, cool, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, and the female friends that I have, they not even friends, they family. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we get on each other's goddamn nerves. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. It ain't always peaches and cream, but we hold each other accountable. And then sometimes, definitely, big shout out to Amber. I love that. That's my cousin. That's my world. I love her to death. She hold me accountable for any goddamn thing. It don't matter if it's small. Even if I don't want to hear it, she gonna say it. She gonna say it. And throughout my pregnancy, I have to say she's one of the top people that didn't switch on me, nothing in that sort. She was there, you know what I'm saying, and still held me accountable. Don't matter, even though I'm pregnant and emotional, she still was on my ass. It ain't no sugarcoating or nothing in that sort. She pushed me and everything, and I owe her a lot. Like, when I get big, I know who I'm gonna take care of. Of course. For real. And Dukes too, her mom, yeah, hardcore. Military, you know what I'm saying? And they helped me a lot with the girls because my pregnancy with them and their behaviors was not good. So they helped me a lot. So it's like, you know, we hold each other accountable for a lot of shit. Even if we don't want to hear it, we can argue. You can say what you got to say. You can piss me the fuck off.
But you know it's genuine.
We don't talk for a couple of days.
Good.
We good. You know what I'm saying? We'll text like ain't nothing happened. We don't talk shit about each other. Don't go behind each other's back. Anybody saying something about him? Oh, hold on real quick.
Let me
Hold on real quick, because what you not ready to do. Here you go. What was that?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of females and men, with a situation like that, they call you and the first thing they gonna say is, why you being messy? Now, if I didn't call you,
right. Then what? Why you ain't call me?
Why you didn't call me?
Why
you know
you
what I'm
ain't?
saying?
Why you? I thought, girl, you know you could have hit me up.
Yeah, and we had a similar situation before like that, but we knew the person was a habitual liar. You know what I'm saying? It's some cases where you just be like,
All right.
you know what I'm saying?
Cool.
I'm not ready to sit here and call or text you and bother your life if I already know that shit a lie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not ready to sit here and go to A, B, C, E, F, G and run my mouth about it.
Right.
I leave it between me and that person. You feel what I'm saying?
How it's supposed to be.
And me and I ain't even gonna say the name because then it'll be brought up, but that whole shit blew out of proportion. I mean, it blew out of proportion so bad, and me and the other person was looking like, fuck we gonna tell you for if we know it's a lie?
Yeah.
You act like we took the lie and ran with it.
We let it die where it was
and
at.
talk shit about you or something in that sort. We didn't do none of that. We just was like, don't talk about her like that.
As you should.
And we left the conversation alone because it's like, we're not going to engage in shit.
We're not going to add fuel to it.
Because you like to twist words around too. Yeah. So you ain't get me hemmed up and shit. And that's what we try to explain to the other person. But I get the rumor was very serious, but it was like, we knew it was a lie.
We stopped it at the source. It ain't like we just like, oh, okay.
We didn't engage in it.
Yeah, like, nah, chill out. That's a lie. And then just, we're not going to spread it out to the world.
So you faking, you know what? I got to the point where I was like, I'm not going to keep on going back and forth with you. If you feel that way, okay.
Not everybody is one of the most craziest things that I used to resist when I was younger, but as you get older, you learn that not everybody got a reason why they're there. Mm-hmm. Not everybody meant to be at, lack of a better example, not everybody meant to be at your funeral. Not everybody meant to be
at your table.
And not everybody meant to do. And when you find out, because as you know, as you get older, you don't even got the time to have a bunch of friends and whatnot. So you get your group, you get your few. Sometimes it's one person. Some people fortunate don't have nobody. Yeah. Sometimes it might be a cousin. Sometimes, but you get your circle. And after that, it's kind of like, I'm going to keep everything locked in this circle. Like, I don't need to fuel. But that circle has been developed over time that certain conversations I don't need to have. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't need to, like you said, that a rumor started, you nipped it in the bud, and then you just go there. I don't need to. About my day. Because I know you have my best interest in, one of my dogs for a fact. Two, my best friend, she's in North Carolina. I was in the service with her. Mm-hmm. And one of my dogs up here, I ain't got to worry about nothing.
That's how I'm with Amber. I ain't got to worry about a damn thing.
They don't even have to. It's been times where, like, they'll bring something to me well after the fact. Like, bro, that shit get knocked. That shit didn't handle. I ain't even got to, like, you good. You Gucci. I ain't want you to worry your life or your time with that, bro. You straight, so on and so forth. And it's just like, that's genuine because certain friends understand, like, I'm not going to put you in that situation. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to put me in my situation. I respect everything that you got going on. I respect your growth. I respect everything. So, and your peace. Now, that also helps when I do hit you up. Hey, look, my nigga, we just got to go. Mm-hmm. Like, we just got, it is what it is. Or even with time when they going through stuff, they're able to be like, I'm like, hey, look, I understand it might not be as easy as you stopping this today, but just keep in mind of that you need to get to this point. Mm-hmm. Or this might not be good for you. Like, you're not going to be able to get out of today, but just keep in mind that this is not good for you. Mm-hmm. And then as you get part, you'll start detaching from it and it'll get there. But, like, everybody don't get that privilege because that comes from time. That comes from stuff. That comes from many examples of experiences with like. But you got to have them people to protect your energy, and then them same people helping you with your future endeavors. Them same people is helping you with your kids. Them same people is helping you when you might not have a family, but that's like that is our family. That would be the Christmases. That would be the tradition. It might not necessarily be your cousin, but then you got enough time with these people, y'all kids, and growing up together.
Yeah,
like
that's family.
That's family. And I think the bond kind of like a little bit from what we were saying. I feel like the bond in our generation is a lot different too. I feel like a lot of us was trauma bonding, and a few of them became with legit. Like we just trauma bond enough, and this is my dog for life, and we didn't grow. And then sometimes that trauma bond does have negative things, but I feel like our sense of pack-like mentality, or that village to raise a kid, or that emotional support is so much different to ours, because I feel like our older generation was, I don't want to say gatekeeper, they were just protective of information. They were protective of themselves. A lot of things didn't get outside, and it was a lot of toxic to, like, they don't go outside and so on and so. They was hiding stuff. I can't speak on my family, but I didn't see people. They didn't hide shit in their family that shouldn't be hid. And obviously that's another story, but you see it now that we like, oh nah, we a village. Like I ain't even got, like we were saying earlier with the kid, I ain't even got to deal with you, but I know your kid is good here.
Yeah, your child is definitely good over here.
And that helps a lot. So it's not just a by yourself type thing. It's not just I'm trying to figure this out, I'm trying to navigate. It's like I got my circle. I know my circle good. I ain't got no drama in my circle. Now, how we gonna be better in life? How we gonna get rich? How we gonna our kids and stuff?
We old enough now, and honestly, I can say honestly, I have been isolating myself because I'm in mode right now. I'm in mommy mode, definitely full time, and I'm also in businesswoman mode. Yeah. Also trying to juggle work.
What's your goals with your business?
My goals in the business, I definitely want to thrive.
Yeah.
I definitely want to thrive. Next year I have a lot of goals. I'm not gonna lie to you, and that's my problem. I can't just stick with one goal. I gotta have a lot.
Prioritize them.
That's what I'm learning. I'm learning. I definitely want mine to thrive. I'm trying to get the website up, which I am working on. Should be done by next week. I'm definitely working on my products because now that I gotta return back to work unexpectedly tomorrow. A lot of
responsibility.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
I know you got somewhere this conversation actually was amazing. Well, thank you for popping up. You're more than welcome to, of course, come back. I'm pretty sure, like I said, if you didn't have plans, we will still be talking.
Yeah, I gotta get fat daddy.
But thank you again.
No problem.
And I'll let